Imagine a world where the very essence of creation is challenged by one being's refusal to accept his place in the cosmic order. This isn't just any tale, it's a journey into the heart of Tolkien's Legendarium, where the stakes are as high as the creation of the world itself. Hello and welcome to our exploration of Middle-earth, where today we're diving into the story of Melkor, also known as Morgoth, the First Dark Lord.
Build me a army worthy of Mordor.
Melkor's tale is one of ambition, envy, and a series of catastrophic mistakes. It's a story that resonates because, at its core, it's about the consequences of our choices and the paths that we decide to walk. From the high halls of Valinor to the deepest dungeons of Angband, Melkor's journey is a cautionary tale about what happens when power is sought for its own sake and the natural order is defied. But what was Melkor's greatest mistake? Was it his insatiable hunger for power, his disdain for life, or perhaps his underestimation of those he sought to dominate? His journey isn't just about the battles fought in the physical world, it's a profound narrative about the battles within, the struggle between creation and destruction, and the power of wills clashing in the quest for dominion. So, grab your cloaks, fellow adventurers, as we embark on this journey together, exploring the depths of Melkor's ambitions and the ripples they create across Middle-earth. It's a tale that teaches us, warns us, and ultimately invites us to reflect on the nature of power and responsibility. Let's begin. In the beginning, there was harmony, but as in any great story, conflict arises. Melkor, gifted with incredible power and knowledge, begins his descent not with a step, but a misstep, a fundamental misunderstanding of his own role in the universe. Imagine being told you're part of an orchestra, yet you yearn to be the sole composer. This was Melkor's plight. He couldn't stand being one of many. His desire to shape the world solely in his image, to be not just a creator, but the creator. But here's the thing. Melkor was incapable of creating life, only able to twist and mar what already existed. J.R.R. Tolkien, in the History of Middle-earth series, illuminates this flaw, saying, his sole ultimate object was their destruction. He could not annihilate them, that is, destroy their being. It is a poignant moment of realization. Melkor, for all of his might, could not create as Eru did. His envy turned to spite, aiming to corrupt everything beautiful and pure. Orcs, trolls, dragons, monsters born from his malice, a testament to his failure to create. What we see here is not just a tale of villainy, but a tragedy of cosmic proportions. A being of immense power, unable to fulfill his deepest desire, turns to destruction as his only means of expression. It is a lesson on the dangers of envy and the corruption it breeds. Now, I want you to think. How often have we seen the desire to dominate, to be the sole architect of our world, lead to downfall? Melkor's identity crisis, his refusal to accept his role, sets the stage for every mistake that follows. But Melkor's story doesn't end with envy. His mistakes compound, leading to tactical errors in his quest for dominion. As we venture further into this tale, let's explore how his actions in the Wars of Beleriand reveal a pattern of miscalculations and misjudgments. War. War never changes. In Middle-earth, Melkor's relentless pursuit of dominance brings him into constant conflict with the Valar, elves, and men. His love for cruelty and torture, though a part of his dark character, becomes one of his greatest vulnerabilities. Consider this. Melkor's decision to imprison Húrin rather than killing him outright. It might seem as a minor choice in the grand scheme, but it is a glaring example of wasted resources and lost opportunities. Every leader knows the cost of such missteps. For those of you craving more gritty details though on Melkor's battles, why not keep an eye on other videos on the channels? We do have a video on the full story of Melkor, and there's that treasure trove of stories waiting there for you. But anyway, His sole ultimate object was their destruction. That's what Tolkien writes, shedding light on Melkor's rage against those who dared exist beyond his control. This intolerance, this rage, it didn't just isolate him, it blinded him to the strength and determination of his enemies. In understanding the elves and dwarves, in overlooking the lesser evils he allied with, Melkor's hubris set him on a path to failure. His armies, overcommitted and ill-prepared for the ambushes that lay ahead, suffered attrition that strained his resources to the breaking point. And so, we see a pattern emerge, a cycle of overconfidence, miscalculation, and tactical oversight. Melkor's inability to learn from his mistakes, to adapt and evolve, cemented his fate, paving the way for his eventual downfall. In the grand chessboard of Middle-earth, Melkor played a game of power and dominion, yet it was his own moves, blinded by cruelty and arrogance, that led him to checkmate. His story serves as a stark reminder of the perils of underestimating one's adversaries and the cost of failing to recognize the value of strategy over brute force. As we delve deeper into the tale of Middle-earth's first Dark Lord, let's now turn our gaze to specific moments that sealed Melkor's fate. The tale of Beren and Luthien not only showcases his underestimation of the lesser beings, but also marks a pivotal turning point in his downfall. In the heart of the forest, where shadows dance with light, begins the tale of Beren and Luthien, a story that challenges the might of Melkor. It's here, in this unexpected confrontation, that we see the Dark Lord's greatest vulnerabilities exposed. Picture this. Luthien, with a power and beauty that defies description, confronting Melkor in his own domain. Her song, a melody of such surpassing loveliness and blinding power, ensnares Melkor, casting a spell of blindness and confusion upon him. In this moment, Melkor's court falls into slumber, the fires fade, and the very crown on his head, laden with silmarils, becomes a burden too heavy to bear. Overwhelmed by Luthien's magic, Melkor is toppled, his iron crown rolling away as a symbol of his defeat. The loss of a Silmaril to Beren and Luthien was not just a defeat, it was the beginning of the end for Melkor. That very jewel, later bound upon Eärendil's brow, would light the path for the Valar, leading to Melkor's ultimate downfall. And so, we witness the War of Wrath, a cataclysmic conflict that reshapes the very fabric of Middle-earth. The Valar, once hesitant, now intervene directly, their might overwhelming Melkor's forces, breaking his pits and strongholds, and finally capturing the Dark Lord himself. In the end, Melkor is bound with the chain of Angainor, his crown shattered, and the remaining Silmarils taken. His final exile through the Door of Night signifies not just his defeat but a profound loss, a being of immense power reduced to a whisper in the annals of history. The tale of Beren and Luthien against Melkor is more than a story of victory and loss. It's a testament to the power of love, the strength of the underestimated, and the inevitable downfall of those who cannot see beyond their own pride and ambition. As we draw closer to the conclusion of Melkor's tale, let us reflect on the deeper undercurrents of his character. His nihilism, his inability to create or love, and his refusal to accept the world and its inhabitants mark the essence of his downfall. In the vast world of Middle-earth, Melkor's story is a dark thread woven through the fabric of creation. His journey brings us to a pivotal aspect of his nature: nihilism. It's not just his actions that define him, but his profound emptiness and inability to appreciate creation. Imagine standing at the edge of a magnificent forest, seeing only the timber for a fire, not the beauty of the trees. This was Melkor's vision of Arda, a place not of wonder, but of resources to be exploited and wills to be broken. Tolkien gives us a window into Melkor's despair. Or he became so far advanced in lying that he lied even to himself, pretending he could destroy them and rid Arda of them altogether. Melkor's lies to himself reveal a deeper tragedy. his refusal to see the world and its inhabitants as anything more than obstacles to his dominion. His creations, if one could call them that, were corruptions, perversions of existing life, born from his spite and envy, unlike the Valar, elves and men who could still find beauty in Arda Mard. Melkor could only rage against it, seeking to level everything into chaos. In his heart, Melkor knew the truth. He could never annihilate the essence of Arda, for it existed beyond his influence, a testament to the creative will of Eru Ilúvatar. His attempts to dominate and destroy only led him further into despair, his power diluted, his spirit fractured. Melkor's greatest failure was his refusal to acknowledge the world as it was, a place of diversity and complexity, not for him to dominate but to coexist with. His inability to accept this sealed his fate, leaving him a cautionary tale of what becomes of those who see the world through a lens of fear, envy, and hatred. As we reflect on Melkor's journey, from his first discordant note in the music of the Ainur to his ultimate exile into the void, we're reminded of the themes of creation and destruction, power and humility, and the importance of seeing beauty in the world and its inhabitants. So there we have it. As we stand at the threshold of understanding, looking back at the tumultuous saga of Melkor, Middle-earth's first Dark Lord, we're left with a story of tales that speak of much more than battles and betrayals. They whisper to us about the resilience of spirit and the power of unity in the face of overwhelming darkness. Through the lens of Melkor's ambitions and errors, we've traversed a landscape that's both fantastical and deeply human. His story, marked by a refusal to accept the world and its myriad forms of beauty, offers us a mirror, reflecting our own struggles with pride, envy, and the desire for control. But perhaps the most poignant lesson lies in the aftermath of Melkor's fall, the enduring legacy of creation over destruction. Tolkien's world, with its deep scars and boundless beauty, reminds us that even in the wake of great turmoil, life finds a way to blossom anew. Like the light of the Silmarils, the stories of Middle-earth shine brightly in the shadow of Melkor's ambition, guiding us towards understanding, empathy, and the recognition of our shared humanity. They teach us that true strength lies not in dominion or power, but in the courage to love, to create, and to stand united in the face of adversity. At the end of the day, Melkor's tale is a cautionary one. A reminder of the futility of seeking to bend the world to one's will, ignoring the intricate beauty of its natural order. It's a story that transcends the boundaries of Middle-earth, urging us to look beyond our desires, to cherish the world we inhabit, and to foster the sparks of creativity and kindness within us. And I would also like to take a moment at the end of this video today to give you a quick update on The Guard, the short film that we are creating. Everything is going amazing. We have just shot block 2, and the rest of it should hopefully be shot soon too. As always, it is all the money from our Patreon that is funding this. In essence, it is a no budget production if you consider the large scale of film, but every pound that you give is a massive help to create an incredible story. I'm putting a couple of shots on screen now and some behind the scenes clips to kind of give you an idea of what's going on. So if you would like to help support it a little bit more to help push us over the line, then please check out our Patreon. Every little bit really helps. And with that now, it is time for my question of the day, which is, what do you think was Melkor's biggest mistake? Do you think I have covered it here today, or is there something else that I have perhaps missed that you think would be important to mention? Please let me know all of your thoughts and opinions on that in the comment section down below. And now it is time to give a massive thank you to our patrons who continue to support the channel. You are all amazing. And if you have reached the very end of this video with me today and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It would massively help us out. And why not drop a like on the video as well? And with that, all I can say is, thank you for spending just some of your time with me today, and I will see you next time on The Broken Sword.